Imagine stepping into a world where, well, every digital interaction you have with a brand, from that casual scroll through your social feed
Uh-huh.
to clicking buy now, feels like it's perfectly tailored just for you, almost like it knows what you want next.
Yeah.
Is that kind of hyper-personalization just a futuristic fantasy?
Yeah.
Or is it actually happening right now in e-commerce?
Well, it's definitely not fantasy anymore. That's really the core of it, isn't it?
Right.
E-commerce doesn't just happen. It's meticulously engineered. Think of it like building a huge, complex digital city.
Okay.
You've got the business models, that's your city plan. You need cybersecurity that's protecting everyone in the city. The whole digital economy, it really runs on strategy, robust systems, and importantly, the people who actually know how to build and run them.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're diving headfirst, really getting into the weeds of e-commerce marketing and advertising. We're looking hard at 2025 and beyond.
And we've got some great sources. We're pulling from foundational stuff like Laudon and Traver's e-commerce 2023, business, technology, society,
Yeah, the classic.
but also cutting-edge reports from places like martechmap.com, the IAB, and even academic research looking into, consumer psychology online.
Our mission, as always, is to equip you, our listener, with the knowledge, the skills you need to not just get by, but actually innovate in this space. It's moving so fast.
Exactly. And this is especially for students in BCIS 5379, the technology of e-business, right there at Tarleton State University's Dr. Sam Pack College of Business.
Uh-huh.
But really, it's for any business student looking to, future-proof their career.
Definitely. So before we really jump in, could you do us a quick favor? Just take a second to like this deep dive, subscribe to our channel, maybe share it with someone who could use these kinds of insider tips.
Yeah, help them get ahead.
Exactly. We want to help position folks for a great future. Oh, and don't forget, check the description below for more resources to help you really dig into these topics.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, let's unpack this. First big stop, the dynamic landscape of marketing technology, or MarTech. We're talking, a decade of just explosive growth, and AI's impact is massive here.
Oh, absolutely. MarTech explosion isn't just hyperbole. It's real. To really get it, you got to go back to 2011.
Okay.
Scott Brinker, kind of a legend in this space, he put out the first marketing technology landscape graphic. He saw marketing was becoming, as he put it, a very technology-integrated discipline.
And how many tools were on that first graphic? It must seem tiny now.
You won't believe it. Just 150 solutions. 150.
Wow. That's nothing compared to today.
Exactly. It sounds almost, quaint now. Because from there, things just went nuts. Defying all the predictions, people kept saying it would collapse.
Right, the consolidation prediction.
Yeah, it never really happened on that scale. Fast forward to 2025, in that same landscape, it's got 15,384 solutions listed.
15,000. That's insane growth, like 100 times bigger.
100 times bigger. Or, if you like percentages, it's a 10,156% increase since 2011. It's just staggering. The ecosystem keeps expanding.
What's driving that? Is it just more companies popping up?
Well, yes,
Yeah.
but AI is a huge multiplier here. It's fundamentally lowered the barrier to entry for actually developing software.
How so?
Think about it. Complex algorithms that used to need big engineering teams, now they're much more accessible, easier to integrate.
Okay.
So that just opens up way more opportunities for innovation, and it speeds up how fast these MarTech startups get going.
Right.
We saw, for example, generative AI, that sort of conversational magic, giving huge boosts to content creation and sales tools.
Right.
Those areas grew like 35% and 47% in 2024 alone. It's not just automation, it's enabling completely new ways of working, faster, more scalable.
But with all that crazy growth, there must be some churn, right? Not every startup makes it. There's got to be some consolidation happening.
Oh, for sure. We saw about an 8.6% churn rate last year.
Yeah.
That means around 1,211 solutions dropped off the map.
Okay. Why? Acquired or just shut down?
Both. Either acquired by bigger players or they just, closed shop. But what's really telling is that about 2/3 of those were from the earlier wave, like 2010 to 2020.
So it's not a collapse. It's more like maturity.
Yeah, exactly. It signals more of a consolidation of that first big wave. The market's maturing. It's integrating the winners, shedding the ones that aren't keeping up. It's a pretty natural evolution for a booming tech sector.
Now, here's something that kind of surprised me. SEO, search engine optimization. People have been saying SEO is dead for ages.
Right. You hear that all the time.
But the data shows what it's actually growing.
It saw the highest percentage growth of any subcategory, up 24% from 212 products to 262. It's pretty remarkable.
Wow.
And we're even seeing a new subcategory pop up within SEO called AI optimization, or AIO.
AIO, what's that about? Optimizing for AI itself.
Precisely. It's about optimizing your content, not just for traditional search engines, but for how AI services like the big language models understand and process information.
That really shows how adaptable these core marketing ideas are, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The tech changes, the algorithms change, how we find stuff evolves.
Uh-huh.
But the basic need to be found, to connect, that stays the same. AI doesn't kill SEO, it just reshapes it. You need new strategies for how AI consumes your content.
So AIO is about making sure the AI understands your stuff correctly, not just finding it.
Exactly. Optimizing for intelligent agents, not just search crawlers. It's a whole new layer.
Okay, so moving beyond just the sheer number of tools, let's talk about the MarTech stack. How are companies actually organizing all these tools? Is there a central piece?
Yeah, that's a really critical point.
Mhm.
Companies aren't just collecting tools randomly. The average stack only grew about 2.2% last year.
So not just add in wildly.
Right. It suggests that the more mature marketing teams are being strategic. They're integrating new AI tools with their existing core platforms, making it all work together efficiently.
And does that core platform, that center of the stack, look different for, say, B2B versus B2C companies?
Oh, absolutely. Big difference. For B2B, the CRM, customer relationship management system, or maybe a marketing automation platform, a MAP, that's usually still the heart of it all.
Makes sense for managing longer sales cycles.
Exactly. But what's super interesting in B2B is this big jump in the other category being the center. It went from 2% up to 10%. That's a 5x increase.
Other, what does that mean? Custom-built stuff.
Mostly, yeah. Custom-built MarTech platforms. And that's a big reversal. For years, the trend was away from custom builds towards commercial software.
So why the shift back?
It suggests B2B companies increasingly need highly specialized, tailored systems for their unique processes. Maybe off-the-shelf stuff isn't cutting it for gaining that competitive edge anymore.
That is a significant shift. What about B2C or those hybrid companies? What's central for them?
We saw a really interesting shift there, too. Customer data platforms, CDPs, they used to be the clear center for many B2C companies.
Right, the place for all the customer data.
Yeah, but their role as the center dropped quite a bit, from about 27% down to 17%.
Why is that? Are CDPs less important?
Not necessarily less important, but maybe their functionality is getting distributed. Think of it like a squeeze. CDPs are getting squeezed between two other layers that are growing.
Okay, what layers?
On the data side, you've got cloud data warehouses becoming more central. They grew to almost 24%. They're becoming the real central hub for all company data.
Got it. The ultimate source of truth.
Right. And then on the engagement side, MAPs and customer engagement platforms, CEPs, they also grew as the center, up to over 26%.
So the CDP functions are moving, either deeper into the warehouse or out into the engagement tools.
Exactly. It's leading to this idea of the composable CDP, where companies build their own CDP capabilities using modular components from their data warehouse and other tools, instead of buying one big platform. Gives them more flexibility.
Okay, composable CDP. That makes sense. More flexibility, more integration. Now, this next concept sounds wild. The hypertail. Millions of custom solutions. What on earth is the hypertail?
Huh? Yeah, it sounds a bit sci-fi, doesn't it? But it's arguably the most fascinating, maybe revolutionary development happening right now.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
We're talking about something beyond those 15,000 commercial products on the landscape chart. The hypertail is this rapid, almost unbelievable explosion of custom-built apps and intelligent agents.
But custom software used to be super expensive and slow to build, right?
Exactly. Prohibitively so for most. It required specialized engineers, lots of time, lots of money, so it was always a tiny part of the tech stack.
But low-code and no-code changed that game.
Fundamentally, over the last, say, 5–10 years, these platforms made building custom software way easier, way faster, and dramatically cheaper. They empower what we call citizen developers, people inside marketing teams, for example, who aren't professional programmers but can now build small apps, automate workflows, connect APIs.
All without writing complex code.
Precisely. They can solve their own specific niche problems quickly.
And then AI just poured gasoline on that fire, takes it to another level.
Massive multiplier effect. AI is accelerating software creation at blinding speed. Pro developers talk about vibe coding, now whipping up complex stuff in hours or days that used to take weeks or months.
Wow.
And for those citizen developers, it's even bigger. They can just describe what they need in plain English. Like, build me an app that does X with data from Y.
And the AI builds it.
Pretty much. or at least gets them 90% of the way there.
Hmm.
It's classic disruptive innovation. Starting simple, getting more advanced, we're seeing instant software. Just add the idea.
Okay, that's incredible. But then you mentioned invisible software, AI assistants like ChatGPT or Claude, creating software without us even knowing. How does that work?
It's the new reality.
Yeah.
When you ask these assistants to do complex tasks, summarize a document, extract data points, maybe generate a report,
Yeah.
behind the scenes, they are often writing and executing small software programs, little scripts, to fulfill your request. They're building and running code on the fly to get the job done.
So we're using custom software without even realizing it.
All the time. It means there could be literally billions, maybe trillions, of these tiny custom programs blinking in and out of existence every day across businesses.
Yeah.
Dynamic, purpose-built, totally invisible. That's the hypertail.
Mind blown. Okay, let's bring this back to our BCIS 535079 students. They're focused on e-commerce business models, evaluating platforms. What's the big practical takeaway for them from this MarTech explosion in the hypertail?
It's huge for them. Understanding this hypergrowth, the low-code to no-code revolution, the power of AI, it means you're not just learning about existing platforms. You're preparing to build, to optimize, maybe even create the next generation of e-business solutions.
So it's about becoming creators, not just users.
Exactly. The future belongs to those who can design and implement these custom intelligent systems. Your ability to use these tools, low-code AI, to solve specific business problems, that's going to be a critical skill.
Right. Building custom marketing workflows, personalizing journeys, creating bespoke analytics.
Yes. You're the future architects and innovators. You're learning to build the systems that will define tomorrow's digital commerce. It directly maps to understanding business models and evaluating the platforms needed to make them work.
Fantastic connection. Okay, let's shift gears. Let's look at the e-commerce marketing and advertising outlook for 2025. Trends, goals, challenges. What's the headline on U.S. ad spend? Still growing.
Still growing, yeah, but maybe normalizing a bit. The projection for 2025 is about 7.3% growth in U.S. ad spend.
Okay, which sounds good, but maybe not as huge as 2024.
Exactly. 2024 saw a big 11.8% surge, but that was largely boosted by cyclical stuff, the presidential election, the Summer Olympics, big events that drive ad spend.
Ah, right. So 2025 is more like sustainable growth after a peak year.
That's a good way to put it. Still strong, but back to a more typical pace.
And where's that money going? Is digital still king?
Oh, absolutely dominant. And pulling further ahead, all the digital channels are set to grow.
And traditional channels, like
Yeah.
TV.
Linear TV is actually projected to take a pretty sharp dip, down about 12.7%, mostly because those big cyclical events aren't happening in 2025.
Wow, that's a clear signal. Advertisers want digital's precision and measurability.
No question that shift is accelerating.
So within digital, where's the fastest growth? Which channels are really hot?
Connected TV, CTV is huge. Social media, still strong. And retail media. Those three are leading the pack, all looking at double-digit growth in 2025.
Okay, break that down.
We're talking about 18.4% growth for CTV, 16.3% for social, and 15.6% for retail media.
Why those three specifically?
Because they offer really advanced personalization hitting specific audiences and crucially better measurement capabilities. Advertisers can see the results more clearly.
They're following the eyeballs in the data.
Precisely. Where they can make the most impact and prove it.
And if you look at the whole ad spend pie, how much do those growing digital channels represent?
Well, if you bundle CTV, social, search, and digital display together,
Yeah.
they're projected to account for nearly 70% of all U.S. ad spend in 2025.
70%.
Yeah. It really hammers home that buyers are laser-focused on addressability, hitting the right people, and measurability proving the ROI. It's a performance game now.
Makes total sense. But you mentioned retail media, fastest growing, but there was a catch. Let's slow down.
Yeah, a slight nuance there.
Yeah.
While it is projected to be the fastest growing channel again in 2025, its growth rate is actually slowing down quite a bit.
Right.
It was plus 25% in 2024, projected down to plus 15.6% in 2025.
Why the slowdown if it's so valuable?
Well, advertisers love its closeness to the point of sale and the closed-loop measurement, seeing ad impact directly on sales.
Right.
But there are challenges. The ecosystem is fragmented, lots of different retail platforms. There's a lack of standardization in how things are measured across them, and costs are rising.
So it needs to mature a bit, improve consistency.
Exactly. To keep that momentum going, the retail media world really needs to work on standardization and making measurement more consistent for advertisers.
Got it. Okay, shifting focus to investment goals. Where are advertisers strategically putting their dollars? What's the top priority?
Overwhelmingly, it's customer acquisition,
Mhm.
getting new customers. 62% of buyers say that's their top priority.
And that's up from before.
Yep, up 9 points since 2023. It shows a real drive to generate more revenue, maybe especially with inflation making margins tighter. Every new customer counts.
And does this focus on acquisition mean more money is going into performance advertising? Ads designed for immediate results?
Absolutely, you nailed it. Over half, 54% of buyers plan to increase spending on performance ads.
Compared to brand advertising.
Only 22% plan to increase brand ad spend. It's a really stark difference.
Why such a big shift? Just pressure for results.
That's a huge part of it. The demand for immediate, measurable results is intense, and the pressure to demonstrate ROI. 60% cited that as a key factor. Marketers have to show their spending is working.
Are there other drivers behind this performance push?
Yeah, it's a few things working together. Changes in overall business strategy, 60%. Looking at past campaign performance, 59%. Seeing what actually worked.
Makes sense.
Plus, tech advancements play a role. Better personalization tech, 49%. And improved e-commerce and shoppable ads, 49%. Make these direct response campaigns more effective and easier to track.
With all this focus on performance, measurement itself must be getting more complicated, right? Especially with things like signal loss.
Definitely. The ad ecosystem is fragmented, and signal loss, basically losing tracking data due to privacy changes and cookie deprecation, makes it harder to follow individual customer journeys.
So how are buyers adapting their measurement?
They're having to revisit and evolve their strategies. Optimizing reach and frequency is part of it, but they're also leaning more heavily on things like marketing mix models, or MMMs.
MMMs, how do they help?
They help understand the aggregated impact of different marketing channels on sales, even when you can't track every single user perfectly. It gives a more holistic view when individual tracking gets fuzzy.
Right, seeing the bigger picture. Okay, so what about the key challenges and strategic focus areas? What keeps marketers up at night?
Top of the list. Still cross-channel media measurement, 44% cite that. Just really understanding how ads on different platforms work together.
That's always been tough.
Yeah. Followed by managing reach and frequency, 36%. Not annoying people, but still reaching enough of them. Then you've got media inflation, 31%. And just keeping up with changing consumer habits, 30%.
It sounds like a general desire for more control and clarity in a really complex landscape.
That sums it up pretty well.
Interestingly, you mentioned concerns about having enough first-party data seem to be easing. That sounds positive.
It is a good sign.
Yeah.
It suggests that the investments companies have been making in collecting their own customer data directly
Mm-hmm.
and maybe forming strategic partnerships around data are starting to pay off. They feel a bit more prepared for a world less reliant on third-party cookies. They're building their own data assets.
So facing these challenges, where are buyers focusing their investments in terms of new solutions? What tech are they prioritizing?
AI is huge. 62% are focused there, using it to automate, personalize, optimize, you name it.
Makes sense. What else?
Beyond AI, it's really about solutions that merge data with measurement. So cross-platform measurement tools, 64%. Better attribution modeling, 61%. Figuring out which touchpoint gets credit.
Right.
More first-party data acquisition and partnerships, 58%. And better marketing mix modeling, 56%. It's all about getting smarter insights from complex data.
And you mentioned data clean rooms earlier, especially for bigger spenders.
Exactly. Large spenders are twice as likely to be investing in data clean rooms. These are those secure environments where companies can pool anonymized data for insights without sharing raw customer info.
A privacy-safe way to collaborate on data. That's clever.
Yeah, it's a key innovation for navigating privacy changes.
And tactically, what kinds of ad formats or placements are they leaning into?
The focus is on understanding audiences and building real connections. So placements with publishers who have strong first-party data, 55%, that makes sense. Creator and influencer ads, 48% for that authentic feel.
Mm-hmm.
Behavioral ads, 46%, targeting based on actions. And shoppable ads, 38%, are growing, integrating the purchase right into the ad. Again, big spenders are twice as likely to use shoppable ads. They see the power of direct conversion.
Okay, for our BCIS 53379 students, this section directly hits on recalling different marketing strategies and developing appropriate ones for business problems.
Absolutely. The big takeaway is the absolute need for data-driven decisions. You need to adapt strategies constantly in this environment, always focusing on measurable performance on ROI.
Knowing the metrics, using the data.
Exactly. It's about crafting strategies that aren't just creative, but are effective, accountable, and demonstrably drive business results. That's key for developing those professional e-business proposals they need to create.
Great connection. Okay, let's dive into the online consumer. How do we decode their behavior, use personalization effectively, but also handle privacy ethically? Let's start with just understanding online behavior. How is it different?
Well, the traditional models look at cultural, social, psychological factors, right?
Yeah.
Online, the basic decision stages are similar: need recognition, search, evaluation, purchase, post-purchase.
Right.
But the online model adds new layers. Like, how does the website or mobile app design influence things? What are the consumer's digital skills? How do product characteristics differ online? What's their attitude towards buying online? The impact of social networks? And critically, their clickstream behavior.
Clickstream. So the actual path they take online.
Exactly. The specific clicks they make right around the point of purchase. The digital environment adds so much granular data.
Then when we say online shoppers, it's not just people who buy, right?
Correct. And it includes people just browsing,
Yeah.
too. And we can't forget, online activity heavily influences offline buying. People do their research online first.
Makes sense. And generally, online shopping is pretty intentional.
Mostly, yeah. People usually go online with a goal, find info, compare prices, buy something specific, even if that goal changes along the way.
But some people still don't shop online much. Why the hesitation?
It often still comes down to basics. Trust issues: is my payment info safe? Utility: is it actually easier or better than going to a store? And worries about opportunism: am I getting a fair deal or is someone trying to trick me?
Those are fundamental concerns, which leads us right into the power of big data in consumer psychology. How does all this digital data give us such deep insights?
It's the sheer scale and variety. Big data, right?
Mm.
Volume, variety, velocity, veracity. Every Spotify playlist, Facebook post, Google search, phone location ping, it all creates these incredibly detailed records of personal habits and preferences.
Digital footprints.
Exactly. They offer this continuous real-time window into not just what people do, but increasingly why.
So it's deeper than just predicting the next purchase. It's about understanding the person.
Yes, that's the really exciting part. It's a window into consumer psychology. Big data is great for predicting purchases or targeting ads, sure. But its real power is in understanding attitudes, emotions, underlying traits. Knowing the customer beyond just their transactions. It allows for more empathy.
Where does this human-centric knowledge actually come from? What data sources paint this holistic picture?
It's a combination of things: purchase history, credit card records, browsing history, social media profiles, smartphone sensor data like location. These sources give passive insights on millions of people. And the key is integrating it all, weaving it together to form a really detailed picture of someone's habits, preferences, maybe even their life stage.
And from that picture, you can start predicting psychological traits, like personality.
Exactly. We're talking about stable traits, things that don't change much over time. Personality like extroversion or conscientiousness. Regulatory focus: are you promotion-focused or prevention-focused? Cognitive style, IQ, political leaning.
And marketers have always tried to match messages to traits, right?
For a long time, yeah. It works. An extrovert might respond better to a lively ad. Someone prevention-focused might prefer messages about security.
But figuring out those traits used to be hard. Lots of surveys. Now there's digital psychometric assessment. How does that work?
That's the breakthrough. These traits can now be accurately predicted from consumers' digital footprints, often passively.
Wow. From websites, social media.
Yep. Personal websites, Facebook or Twitter activity, blogs, even the language people use online. Word choice, sentence structure, emotional. It can all be highly predictive of personality. It allows psychographic targeting at a scale never possible before.
Can you give a concrete example of this making a difference?
Sure. There was research by Hauser et al. They matched a website's look and feel, the design, the navigation, to a user's inferred cognitive style just based on clickstream data. Sales increased by 20% just by tailoring the site design to how someone thinks. Another one, Matz et al. They inferred Facebook users' personalities from their likes, then tailored ad content to match. Click-through rates and conversion rates went up significantly. It shows how powerful this psychologically informed targeting can be.
Incredible. But it's not just stable traits, is it? There are also malleable psychological states, moods, emotions.
Right. These are the transient states: your mood right now, your emotions, stress level, alertness. They change quickly, sometimes minute by minute.
Harder to track, I imagine.
Definitely harder, but just as important, maybe more so for real-time marketing. A good mood might make you more receptive to buying something fun. Stress might make you look for convenience. Understanding these states allows for incredibly context-aware marketing.
And big data allows real-time prediction of these states too.
From all sorts of signals, analyzing language in posts or chats for sentiment, video analysis of facial expressions, data from wearables, heart rate, activity, smartphone sensors, app usage patterns, communication logs.
Like that Lacombe study predicting mood from phone use.
Exactly. Even environmental stuff like the weather. It all feeds into creating these context-aware recommendations.
So recommendations truly tailor to my current mood. Music, movies.
Potentially, yes. Recommendation systems can use mood or emotion data to make suggestions much more relevant. Imagine ads that change their tone or offer based on how you seem to be feeling right now.
Comforting ad on a bad day, exciting ad on a good day.
Something like that. It's about meeting people where they are emotionally, building a deeper connection.
Okay, this is incredibly powerful, unprecedented relevance, but it screams ethical considerations and privacy. It really feels like a double-edged sword.
It absolutely is, no question. Psychologically personalized marketing can benefit consumers, helping with craze overload, delivering useful health messages.
Right.
But it absolutely raises huge, new ethical challenges. Knowing someone's psychology that deeply comes with a massive responsibility.
What are some of the big risks? Where could it go wrong?
Well, you could target vulnerable people, like someone prone to gambling addiction getting constant casino ads.
Oof.
Or, conversely, you could exclude certain groups from seeing beneficial ads, like insurance or job opportunities, based on their inferred psychological profile. That moves from personalization into potential exploitation or discrimination.
And the public has been wary for a while. I remember that old survey most people found targeted ads intrusive, and the Target pregnancy prediction scandal.
Yeah, the Target case is the classic example everyone brings up. Their algorithm figured out a teen was pregnant from her shopping habits before her family knew. Sending her baby ads caused a huge backlash.
Right. A perfect storm of prediction, outpacing consent and awareness.
Exactly. And as the algorithms get even better, these concerns only grow. It demands really careful thought.
So inevitably, we get privacy laws trying to address this, and they're having a big impact on advertisers.
Massive impact. That State of Privacy in Advertising study found 88% of advertisers expect laws like GDPR in Europe or CCPA in California to significantly affect personalized ads. These laws are designed to give consumers control back.
And in the U.S., it's even trickier with the patchwork of state laws, no single federal one.
It's a complex reality, for sure. 11 states with different regulations. It makes compliance incredibly difficult and expensive. Advertisers struggle to keep up. Around 40% say they have limited audience data in some regions because of it.
So how are advertisers adapting? What are they actually doing?
Well, over 60% have changed their targeting strategies, trying to be less intrusive. About 28% have invested in privacy-enhancing tech, like data clean rooms, especially the big spenders.
Right, those secure data collaboration spaces.
Yeah. And hardly anyone, only 7%, thinks AI won't play a role in navigating privacy challenges. Everyone sees AI as part of the solution.
And it's driving that big shift away from third-party cookies towards first-party data.
Definitely. The whole industry is pivoting, collecting data directly from customers, building those relationships. Google's privacy sandbox initiatives, like Full AG and Topics, are attempts to find alternatives for interest-based ads without cookies. But the core move is towards first-party.
So what's the best path forward? Is it all about transparency and giving users control?
That seems to be the consensus, both ethically and practically. Be transparent. Get explicit opt-in consent. Give users real control over their data.
And that builds trust, makes people more willing to engage.
Exactly. When people feel respected and in control, personalization can feel like a valuable service, not intrusive surveillance. It avoids backlash and builds loyalty. It's a shift from tracking to serving.
For our BCIS 50379 students, this hits hard on identifying e-commerce model elements and grappling with those legal, ethical, social, political issues.
It's absolutely core. As future e-business pros, you're not just building tech, you're shaping experiences and navigating these critical ethical lines around data. Understanding consumer psychology via big data is powerful, yes, but it must be used responsibly. Transparency and trust are paramount. That's a huge part of evaluating solutions and building proposals.
Okay, great points. Let's shift from the big picture and ethics to the practicalities. Crafting winning e-commerce marketing strategies and leveraging essential tools. Getting into the how-to, first up. The website itself, it's more than just a store, right?
Absolutely foundational. It's your digital home base. It does 4 key things. establishes your brand identity, tells people what to expect, informs and educates customers about your products and values, anchors your brand so people remember you, and crucially, enhances the customer experience, making it easy and pleasant to interact with you.
It's a relationship builder.
Exactly.
And AI and no-code are making websites way more dynamic and personalized now.
Totally. Like that mutiny example from Video Case 6.2. They use AI and no code so websites can instantly customize themselves for different visitors.
So I click an ad, and the landing page changes based on who I am or where I came from.
Precisely. Tailored headlines, images, calls to action,
Yeah.
all dynamic, instead of one-size-fits-all, and the results can be huge. Notion saw a 60% conversion increase using this. It's about making every visitor feel understood.
Huge difference. Okay, let's run through some traditional online marketing and advertising tools. Still vital pieces of the puzzle. Search engine marketing, SEM.
Still critical, SEM covers both paid search ads, keyword advertising, pay-per-click, PPC, and organic search, which is search engine optimization, SEO, improving your visibility without paying directly per click.
And search itself is evolving. Visual search, voice search.
Yep. Visual search taking a picture to find a product. Voice search optimizing for conversational questions, not just keywords. It keeps changing.
The SEM has its challenges too. Google's dominance. Click fraud.
Oh yeah, Google's dominance makes it super competitive. Click fraud is a constant battle, and you've got content farms churning out low-quality stuff just to rank. Link farms trying to game the system requires constant vigilance.
Okay, next. Display ad marketing. Banners and beyond.
Way beyond simple banners now. We have rich media ads with animation, interactivity, lots of video ads, plus things like sponsorships associating your brand with specific content and native advertising.
Native ads. The ones designed to blend in.
Right. They look like part of the regular content, trying to be less intrusive and annoying.
And how do these ads get placed so efficiently, often in real time?
That's programmatic advertising, using ad networks, ad exchanges, and super fast real-time bidding, RTB.
Like an automated auction for every ad impression?
Basically, yeah. As a page loads, an auction happens in milliseconds, and the winning ad, targeted based on user data, gets shown. It's incredibly efficient for reaching specific audiences at scale. And display ads work for branding, recall, even driving sales, sometimes without a click.
Okay, what about good old email marketing? Still effective.
Remarkably so, especially for opt-in lists. The advantages are clear: high response rates from engaged users, very low cost per message, and you can launch campaigns really quickly.
What metrics matter most there? Open rates, click-through.
Yep, open rate, click-through rate, delivery rate are key. The big downside is still spam. You have to manage your lists and practices carefully.
Then you have affiliate marketing and lead generation.
Affiliate marketing is performance-based. You pay partners, affiliates, only when they drive traffic or sales for you. It's results-driven. Lead generation is all about attracting potential customers and getting their contact info, filling the sales funnel.
All powerful tools, but the real magic is often in combining them, right? Multi-channel marketing.
Absolutely. The best campaigns integrate online and offline tactics. They work together, driving traffic back and forth. Customers don't live in just one channel.
Like the luxury goods example. High-end online content plus exclusive offline events.
Exactly. They create a seamless premium experience across all touchpoints. It's about a holistic customer journey.
Okay, getting the customer is one thing. Keeping them is another. Customer retention strategies.
Crucial for long-term profit. Key strategies include one-to-one marketing, deep personalization based on individual history and preferences, behavioral targeting using past behavior to show relevant ads.
Letting customers customize things.
Yeah, customization and customer co-production, letting them shape the product or service, builds ownership. And of course, great customer service is vital chat, FAQs, quick responses, builds loyalty.
And pricing strategies online can be really different too, more flexible.
Definitely. E-commerce blew up the old law of one price. Now we see dynamic prices changing in real time based on demand, inventory, competitors, versioning offering different tiers like free versus premium software, bundling packaging items together for perceived value, and long-tail marketing.
Selling lots of niche items in small quantities.
Right. Made possible by recommender systems, helping people discover those less popular but still desired products. Think Amazon or Netflix recommendations.
For our BCIS 5379 students, this really hits on developing those marketing strategies and selecting the right tools, hardware, and software to execute them.
Exactly. Mastering this toolkit is essential. You need to know which strategy fits, which business problem awareness, sales, retention, and how to integrate them into a solid e-business proposal. It's about strategic deployment and choosing the tech to make it happen.
Great summary. Now let's peek behind the curtain at the engine room. Online marketing technologies and analytics. The infrastructure that makes it all run. What are the core online marketing technologies?
Starts with the basics. Web transaction logs. They just collect raw data on everything users do on a site. Clicks, views, adds to cart. It's the raw material.
Then cookies and tracking files, the controversial ones.
Yeah. You've got first-party cookies set by the site you're on for logins, carts, and third-party cookies set by other domains, mostly for cross-site tracking and ads, plus web beacons, those tiny tracking images.
And privacy concerns are pushing away from third-party towards first-party data.
Big time. That's a major shift, as we discussed, relying more on data you collect directly.
And all this data needs storing and organizing. Databases, data warehouses.
Right. Databases handle structured records, transactions, customer info, optimized for quick access. Data warehouses consolidate data from many sources for analysis without slowing down the live systems.
Yeah, and data marts, data lakes.
Data marts are like smaller, focused warehouses for specific departments. Data lakes are huge repositories for all data, raw, unstructured, whatever, before it's even analyzed. Huge potential there for AI.
And this all feeds into big data.
Yep. Big data is that massive flood of digital info, web traffic, social media, sensors, petabytes of it. Marketers love it because you can potentially link diverse data sets to find completely new insights into consumer behavior. You need special tools like Hadoop and NoSQL databases to handle it.
Okay, let's talk about marketing automation and CRM systems. These sound like the command centers.
Pretty much. Marketing automation tools track and manage the whole lead process awareness to purchase, streamlining email campaigns, social posts, lead scoring.
And CRM?
CRM systems integrate all customer touchpoints, website, call center, email, social, sales team, into one view. Figure 6.9 shows this well. The goal is that 360-degree customer view for better relationships.
And keeping these systems optimized is crucial. It's not set it and forget it.
Definitely not. MarTech optimization is continuous. Auditing tools, planning strategically, monitoring constantly to ensure efficiency, good data use, great customer experience, and managing costs. Keeping the engine tuned.
Okay, finally, the revolution in marketing analytics. How do we know if any of this is actually working? We need metrics.
Absolutely. The language of metrics is vital. You start with audience exposure, reach, unique people, impressions, total views, page views. But unique visitors is often preferred. How many different people came?
Right. And stickiness, viewability.
Stickiness is how long they stay, shows engagement. View time and viewability rate, do people actually see the ad? Super important.
And for conversions, turning browsers into buyers.
Key metrics there. Acquisition rate, new customers, abandonment rate, people dropping out of checkout, browser buy ratio, cart conversion rate, checkout conversion rate, also overall conversion rate for any desired action, plus retention rate and attrition rate for existing customers. What about measuring ad performance specifically? CPR, CPM. Yep. Click-through rate, CTR percentage you click, cost per thousand, CPM, cost for 1,000 impressions, cost per click, CPC, cost per action, CPA, cost for a specific result like a lead, view-through rate, VPR, saw the ad, didn't click, but converted later, and eCPM to compare different pricing models. These let you really judge ad effectiveness and cost.
And how do marketers pull all this data together and make sense of it?
That's where marketing analytics software is key. Tools that collect, store, analyze, and visualize data across the entire customer journey, like Figure 6.1 illustrates.
Giving managers a dashboard view.
Exactly. Helps optimize ROI, measure campaign impact, and enables near real-time marketing, making changes on the fly based on live data. Huge advantage.
This sounds incredibly relevant for BCIS 5379 students evaluating platforms, understanding security, and developing those e-business proposals.
It's the foundation. Understanding these technologies, how they collect, manage, analyze data, is essential for designing effective, secure, measurable e-commerce projects. Knowing how to use analytics is critical for building those professional proposals and proving their value. It's about data-driven design.
Wow. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground today. We saw the MarTech landscape just explode like 100-fold, right? Driven by AI, creating that wild hyper tale of custom solutions.
Yeah, just staggering growth. Then we looked at the 2025 ad spend digital, still dominant, performance marketing surging, but real challenges in measurement persist, leading to focus on AI and things like data clean rooms.
And that deep dive into consumer psychology, how big data unlocks insights into traits and states for personalization, but also the absolute necessity of ethical practices and privacy. That's huge.
Critical balance there. And we cover the marketer's toolkit, search, display, Email, personalization, dynamic pricing, all running on that engine room of databases, CRM, automation, and powerful analytics.
It really hammers home that idea from the beginning. Every interaction being engineered. It's not science fiction. It's happening now.
It is. And the challenge is building systems that are smart, yes, but also ethical, transparent, respecting the people they serve, creating experiences that work for the business and feel valuable and trustworthy to the user.
Well said. If you, our listener, found these insights valuable, please do show your support. Like this deep dive, subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends or colleagues.
Help spread the knowledge. And remember, check the description for even more resources to keep learning.
Every transaction, every connection, every innovation, it all starts with someone who understands the system behind the screen. Until next time, stay curious, stay strategic, and keep turning complexity into opportunity.